Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. It is a beautiful Monday here in the Dallas, Texas area, which is where I'm located. My name is Christy Trujillo, and I could not be more excited as Stephanie. I could not be more excited than Stephanie. I see Stephanie's face over there. To be here with all of you and get a chance to share something I so genuinely love, and that is jewelry, and that is Park Lane. And the two combined make me a very happy person. So, super, super happy that all of you guys are here. Before we get started, I got to set the ground rules. Guess what? You want to be entered for some bling, right? Type bling in the comments if you are here to win some bling. And we don't allow any fighting. Just kidding. But if you are here to win some bling, we are so happy that you joined us because that is exactly why we do these. Every Monday night, we do what we call free impression night. And guess what we give away, y'all? We give away one of the things. I mean, look at the sparkle. Look as I like move it. I'm looking at it with the light. I'm like, ooh, that looks expensive. That looks really fancy. Um, and we love to give these away every Monday night. It is something that genuinely Park Lane is known for. And I have to tell you a little story. I didn't expect to share this, but I'm going to share this. Just full transparency. I always pray before I do these. And I'm like, whatever people need to hear, let them hear. Maybe somebody needs to hear this. So Saturday was my mother-in-law's 70th birthday party. And y'all, I wore these earrings, okay? Our jazzy earrings. And I wore them with an orange dress. They were so pretty. It was kind of like this orange. I got it at Target. And the earrings made it look like I got it at Neiman Marcus. Okay, just gonna say that. But my little niece is 5. So hold on a second. Hold on. Back up, back up. There was a baby, one of my baby nieces. She's like 10 months, okay? No, she can't walk. Yeah, 10 months, about 10 months. And she would not go to anybody. She was like giving everybody like that scowl face. And then she saw my earrings. And all of a sudden, Auntie Christy became really interesting. And she came to my arms versus anybody else's. And I was like, bling sure does it's like in our DNA, you guys, and we are attracted to it and we have no shame. So, anyway, I had to share that little story. So, if you are here tonight, we want you to be entered. And so, at the end of our Zoom tonight, I will actually share a survey. And when you fill out the survey, it's super quick, you guys. Fill out the survey, you get entered to win one of our beautiful impression bracelets. And the reason we do this at Park Lane is that we want to very organically have a way that we can share more about the company, what we love, what it's like to be a stylist, the different programs involved at Park Lane, because you don't know what you don't know. I'm getting a Democratic call, or not a Democratic call, a political call. Somebody's calling me. Anyway, got distracted. I'm like, who's that? Senator who? Anyway, but that is what we do. So these are kind of like our billboards. Park Lane is so generous to us as stylists. Every single month, we have the opportunity of to earn $250 to $1,150 in free jewelry. And the amazing thing about that is that it allows us to be able to give it away. Park Lane gives to us and we are able to give. And so by just having you guys here for a few minutes on a Monday night, we get to give an impression bracelet, okay, to one of you. So I will share those here. I'll share the survey here in the end. So stay to the end. You'll need a code word to fill it in, and that way you can be entered to win our impression bracelet. So without further ado, let me officially introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Christy Trujillo, and I have been a stylist at Park Lane. I'm actually a company vice president at Park Lane. I've been here for 7 years. I've actually been in the direct sales jewelry space for 17 years, which I cannot believe. It feels like probably 5. And I left another company after 10 years of experience and specifically chose to partner with Park Lane Jewelry. And I'm going to share several reasons why here in a bit, but I want to first share with you a little bit about why I got into the business. So in 2008 is when I started. I was 35 years old. Do not do the math, please. And My daughters were 18 months old and 5 years old. I was actually working a corporate job. So I went to work every day. And at the time, my husband had a business that I was helping start with him. So I worked in the office. So I wanted to set that stage. 18-month old, 5-year old, I had a corporate job, and I was helping my husband build a business. Okay. I was a little bit busy. But I had this sister who said, Christy, I heard about this company and they do jewelry and you might find it interesting. I know you've always wanted something for yourself. And I'm thinking, I don't have time for that. That was literally my thought process. And this is pre-text message and all that. Well, she emailed me a link to the company and I never went and looked at it. I was too busy for that. I felt I was too busy for that. So fast forward a few days. Christy, did you ever look at the link? No, I didn't have time, Tish, no time for that. Okay, well, I think you'd really like it. You know how sisters talk to one another. And so eventually, 3 times she reached out and I ignored her. I just did not feel I had the time. And so a few days after, I actually went down to her house and she had decided to try it out. And she had put the jewelry on her desk and I saw it and I was like, oh, that is so cute. And she was like, well, I've been trying to get you to go look at the website. And I was like, oh, that's what you were trying to get me to look at. So I asked her to wear it, put it on, and I was like, oh, this feels really fun. Well, that particular day, the company was offering a promotion for if you joined that day, or maybe like in the next 3 days or something like that. So I decided, spur of the moment, okay, why not? I'll do this. I'll try this with you. And that was my strategy. I thought to myself, she's doing it. I'll try it too. Worst case scenario, I'll have some really cute jewelry. That was my business plan, which is not much of a plan. But I signed up, I got my jewelry, and then they said to listen to this new stylist training. So I got on and I listened, and they suggested have a launch party, see what your friends think. And I thought, okay, all right, I'll try this. So at that time, it was in person. So y'all, I had to scrub the toilets, dust the baseboards, cut carrots, whatever, pour some wine. These days, you don't have to do that unless you just want to, which of course you can. But I did, and I invited my friends over. And in that first party, I sold, I think, $1,200. That was 17 years ago, you guys. And I remember thinking, wow, like I didn't know my friends would shop like that. I'm the bargain basement jewelry girl. I'm like at Ann Taylor Loft in the bottom of the basket, looking for the clearance items. And this was another company. The jewelry was actually more expensive than it is at Park Lane. And I was like, I had no idea that people love jewelry this much and they, would shop like this. And so one of my girlfriends was like, I really love that necklace, but I don't want to pay for it. Will you come to a party at my house? And I was like, oh my gosh, this plan works. And so I was like, okay. So, because you could get free jewelry if you hosted a party, just like at Park Lane. And so I went to her house like a week or so later, did a party, sold like another $1,000. You guys, in my first month, and don't do the math because I really don't remember, but I do remember exactly what I earned. In 2 parties, I earned $750. And I was like, and that was 17 years ago. So I don't know what that would be with inflation. I was like, wow, like that is budget changing. That can be life changing. That can be the difference of a child in a private school, private preschool, who may just need to be there because they have dyslexia. That could be the difference of private soccer lessons because you have a son who's really gifted and you're like, I really wish I could do that for him, but maybe you couldn't before. That could be paying $750 in debt that could pay off your credit card in a year. That could be a college student's apartment cost, which that's my life stage right now. It's truly life-changing. And so for me, that's how I started. And I just began to really fall in love with it. And here I am 17 years later. So that's my story. So tonight I'm going to share with you a little bit about why it's the common questions we get. Why do people like direct sales? Like why would you want to do it? Number two, why jewelry? Why would that be a product category that you should be interested in or could be interested in? And number three, why Park Lane? Why are we different? Why did I switch companies after 10 years and building a very large team at another company? And I'm going to take a sip of my, if y'all have not bought, these are the Topo Chico mango flavored. Okay, this is a girlfriend tip. These are delicious. I just bought these. They're non-alcoholic. Okay. But so good. Okay. So let's talk about, first of all, why direct sales. The number one reason people are drawn to direct sales is flexibility. You 100%, you guys can do this in whatever nook and cranny you want to do it in. There is no manager breathing over your neck telling you have to do this, you have to do that. And specifically at Park Lane, we have zero minimums. So you don't have to do $20 a month. You don't have to do $80 a month. You don't have to do $800 a month. You don't have to do anything. Okay. It's 100% up to you. You can do it on Mondays. You can do it on Sundays. You can do it on a Wednesday. You can do it in the morning. You can do it at midnight. Doesn't matter. 100% it's up to you. You can do 2 parties a week. You can do 2 parties a month. You can do 2 parties a year. Nobody is here telling you what you have to do. You do you. I love to say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. But it is that flexibility that is what attracts most of us. 80% of us work this on top of another job. So it is essential that it's going to fit during the non-teacher hours or after hours from working, as a medical assistant at a medical practice, or, after a very busy law practice. I mean, we've got stylists on our team, you guys, that are attorneys, that are nurse practitioners, cardiology nurse practitioners, family practitioner, nurse practitioners, several. In fact, we attract a lot of those. We've got teachers, we've got school admin staff. We've got, I'm trying to look at some of you here. We've got people that own roofing businesses. We've got everything in here. Okay. Entrepreneurs that add this in as they're building another business. So many things. It is that flexibility. Here you go, Amanda, pediatric nurse. I was like, I know we got lots of different ones. That's Amanda. So flexibility is the number one thing. The second thing, you guys, is it's immediate income. You could literally start today and next week have a paycheck. And I will tell you, my best friend is a single mom. And she and I divorced at the same time about 5 years ago. And she has 3 mouths to feed. And she lost her job. She was in the telecom business and marketing, lost her job. And she joined Park Lane. And she was like, I will forever tell my daughters about Park Lane, because it was from one week to the next that I was able to get a paycheck. Now, maybe, your story or somebody that know's story is not that extreme, but that is the reality. You can get a paycheck from one day to the next. And let me mention this as well. You may listen to these things and you may think to yourself, this is not for me. And that is okay. The real reason we want you to hear all this is that you may be talking to your granddaughter next week. You may be talking to a coworker tomorrow. You may be hearing from your aunt, in a month from now, that there is some sort of desire or need, or she's bored or whatever. And you can say, you know what? I listened into this thing about Park Lane Jewelry. You might be interested. So we're glad that you're here for that reason. Also, I want to mention that in direct sales, it's a plug and play system. Okay. You just jump right in. Everything is created for you. You don't have to buy, a sign for your brick and mortar. You don't have to go out and create the product and find the sources. None of that. All your graphics are done for you. Everything's done for you. You just have to follow the plan. This is why direct sales is so appealing. Okay. So that's why we love direct sales. Let's talk about why we love jewelry. Now, I got lucky and I literally fell into the jewelry world. I did love fashion. I was not a jewelry girl. So if you're here and you're thinking, oh, my sister might like this, but she's not a jewelry girl. I wasn't either. You become one. If you're a Park Lane shopper and you weren't a jewelry girl in the beginning and now you are, type a 2 in the comments, because you start to get like this little jewelry addiction when you get introduced to Park Lane and seeing all the beautifulness and the new releases and the style drops and the impression bracelet colors, and like your desires and your confidence in that area actually grows. But jewelry is simple. That is the number one reason why I love selling jewelry. For example, I held up our jazzy earrings a second ago. This is how simple jewelry is to sell. This is what I would do at my party. I would say, okay, you guys, these are one of our statement earrings that are so gorgeous. They literally are your outfit. These are going to be the statement that is going to catch people's eye. You're going to get compliments, which is going to open up conversation, which makes people feel so great to feel connected with people. And they're going to go with anything in your wardrobe, an Amazon t-shirt or a gorgeous fancy dress, whatever you want. Okay. You look at these and you're like, I like, or I don't like, the end. And I put them away and we move on. There is nothing specific that you need to know about jewelry. You either like it or you don't. And that's it. So it's super simple. It's also a consumable product. So I'll be honest with you guys. This Amazon shirt came in the mail today. I pulled out my handy dandy iron, not iron. I don't use an iron anymore. What do we use, guys? We use steamers. Yeah. Use my steamer, steamed it up. And then I went and put on my brand new guayaba earrings. And I don't know if you pronounce it guayaba or if you pronounce it guava, but I'm Cuban. And so we say guayaba. Anyway, and then I put on this new necklace. I put on my handy dandy glory. And I was like feeling so fresh and cute. You may not think I am, but I felt that way. And all that matters is how we feel, because how we feel is how we're going to present ourselves, and we get to live with ourselves throughout the day. So it's consumable in the fact that we always want something new and fresh to kind of make us feel new and fresh. So that is one of the things I want to point out about jewelry, is it is a consumable product. And with our price point at Park Lane, it is definitely consumable because of our 2 and 4 sale. Okay. I also already mentioned it's a great conversation starter because people are going to give compliments. I'll tell you too, jewelry spreads joy, because just like the little baby that looked at me and wanted me to hold her, sparkle does that to us. And it is just, I don't know, it's just joyful. Sparkle is just in us. It's funny, you guys. Well, this is not funny, but my mother is going through ovarian cancer treatment and we're caregiving right now. And I helped my mother buy these Skechers that you can just slip on. I forget what they're called. They're like, no, I forget what she calls them, but you just slip them on. They have a back, but the back doesn't collapse if you can't use your hands or bend down. So whatever those called. And they have little sparkles on them. And she wanted the sparkles. She's 79. She's like, I want the sparkles. They make me feel fun. So anyway, it never leaves us. So those are some of the reasons why jewelry is a phenomenal product category. One more I'm going to mention real quick, I just thought of. You can take it anywhere. You can take it to the office, share it with your friends. You can take it to the teacher's lounge. You can take it to Starbucks, share with a few friends over there. You can take it on vacation. A couple of summers ago during the pandemic, or that's been more than a couple now, during the pandemic, I just had to get away. So we booked a trip to Florida and we drove, 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever. And I put 4 jewelry rolls. We have these little rolls you can roll your jewelry in, stuck them in my bag. And I did 2 parties from our condominium with my phone propped up against my Yeti cup. And I just brought 4 rolls of jewelry so you can take it anywhere. And that's the beauty of it. Okay, so let's talk about why Park Lane. And then I'm going to pass out our survey and you guys can be on your merry way and crossing your fingers and toes to winning. But why Park Lane? I'm going to tell you the first reason that is so incredibly almost impossible to believe is our company is celebrating our 70th anniversary in August. On October 23rd, Park Lane will have been around for 70 years. We are the largest jewelry direct sales company, and we are the longest standing jewelry direct sales company. The reason that is so impressive to me, and you may have your own reasons, when you think a company has been around for 70 years, especially in the direct sales space, is that Park Lane has experienced every possible thing that you could imagine out there, from financial, recessions and depressions and all the things, financial to political to health to environmental to fashion, like everything Park Lane has had to face. And we are still growing at double-digit numbers. It is incredible. But that is because we are a family-owned and operated company. So Park Lane was started in 1955 by Shirley and Art Levine. They were a husband and wife. She was 16, he was 18. They had this idea that they wanted to offer women something to sell door to door. And they actually hired 3 consultants, and they told the consultants their parameters. They wanted to be something that would be long standing, that would not require stock, small, warehouse type of thing. I don't remember the other parameter, but all 3 consultants in 1955 came back and said jewelry. And all of those things have still remained the same. Okay. So for 70 years, we've been around. Now, the company is now being run by 3 of the children of Shirley and Art. Okay. Arthur, Scott, and Mark Levine. And the company is being run by the 3rd generation. So the company is owned and run. CEO, CMO, and CFO are the brothers. And then in each department, really, there's a Levine. That's done by strategy. Shirley Levine, who is the queen of Park Lane, she actually just passed about 2.5 weeks ago. I actually went to her funeral in the Chicago area. Was a diva. This woman was a fighter. Can you imagine 1955, a female, what females were doing back then? They were not owning and operating companies. And she was a firecracker. And she built this company for women primarily, but I'll tell you, one of our number 1 sellers is a man. Tommy Sotheby, almost every month worldwide, he is in the top 3. So men and women both. But for us to have something that we could do, that we were the owner of, that we could do on our own time, and putting our families and our communities first. And so they have absolutely accomplished that. So what I love about Park Lane is that our collection is diversified. If you go to our catalog, to our website, you're going to find delicate, you're going to find blingy, you're going to find simple, you're going to find trendy, you're going to find sassy, everything. You're going to find, for 8-year-olds, you're going to find for 97-year-olds. Like, we have the gamut. The reason that's so important is that for 10 years, I worked for a company that was very trendy. I loved it. But what I discovered over time is it really fit about 15% of the market. When I learned about Park Lane and I saw the collection and how diversified it was, I realized when I was sitting at one of my daughter's basketball games and I was looking in the stands, and I thought to myself, 95% of the women would find something at Park Lane here that they wanted from Park Lane. About 15% would find it from my other company. And I loved that, because it's not just about what I love. It's about what the people I'm going to be introduced to love, and helping them find something that they're going to be attracted to, or that their friends or family that they're shopping for gifts for are attracted to. That's another thing, you guys, is 47% of women say they prefer jewelry as a gift. And so that's another reason why jewelry is a great product category. In addition, we love our Park Lane sale. Buy 2 pieces full price, get up to 4 pieces half price, and you get to pick your highest price items half. This never happens, you guys. And the beauty of that is that people realize they're getting a deal. And guess what? They want to come back and shop. They're not like, oh, I don't want to go to that store for at least another 2 years. That's not how it is here. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. I got invited to another Park Lane party. What deal are they having now? And that sale we have all the time. Our hostess plan is the top in this industry, in this profession. Our hostesses, we spoil rotten. On average, they get around $400 in free jewelry. They get to shop half price. When their friends book parties, they get extra bonuses. Like, we spoil them rotten. And the reason I love party planning is because guess what? When our hostesses are spoiled, they want to host again and they bring their friends to me. I don't have to go like looking and searching through my network of people. They bring their people to me, and that's my new crop of people. So I love party planning for that reason. We have one of the best, if not the best, compensation plans in the entire industry. You will earn anywhere from 30 to 50% in what you sell. Okay. Anywhere from 30 to 50%. You never lose your career title if you promote. How many of you guys have ever been with another direct sales or network marketing company? I'm just curious. Type a 5 in the comments if you have, because I'm going to explain what this means. This will not mean anything to you if you've never done this, but type a 5 in the comments if you've ever been with another direct sales company. Most companies in network marketing or direct sales, if you promote up, every month you have to re-promote yourself. We don't do that at Park Lane Jewelry. Once you promote, you promote. Once you earn 40% commission, you earn 40% commission from the 1st of January into the 31st, on the 1st of February to the 28th, et cetera, et cetera. You never lose your career title. You never lose your percentage. That never happens. Another thing that's unique to Park Lane is if you do have experience in the business, we actually have a program called the Direct to Point program, where if you have leadership experience in this business, then you can come to Park Lane at a higher commission rate comparable to what your career rank was at your other company. That's how I came. Park Lane realized I had 10 years of experience, and so I came in at a higher commission rate comparable to my career title at my other company. So if you have experience, talk to the person that invited you and let her know so that you can get in contact with our home office and see if you would, what's the word I'm looking for, qualify for our direct to point program. It's incredible. I've never heard of anything like it before. We also have incredible perks like a Mercedes car plan, which my sister was just calling me from the dealership. So everybody, Tish is getting a new one today. She's driving it home from Houston. We'll have to get a full, picture of that. But the beauty of it is our Mercedes car program is not just the creme de la creme. If you have qualified for Park Lane's Mercedes car program and you're on this call, type Mercedes in the comments. I would just like to know how many of us here are stylists that have qualified. Look at this. Yay! This is showing all of our guests, how many of us, okay? It's not just those 5 people at the top, okay? We also take 2 trips a year. We are about to head to Zurich, Switzerland in August to celebrate our 70th anniversary. We just went to, where did we go? St. Thomas. Right before that, it was Dublin, Ireland. Right before that, it was Paris, France. Are you like, is she lying? That's an amazing list of destinations, you guys. We're about to announce our next destination. Cannot wait to see where that is going to be. So we're excited to find out that. What else? What have I not mentioned? Oh, the last thing I'll mention too, and then I want to give you guys our code word, is how many of you guys are into fundraising? Type fundraising in the comments if you're into fundraising. If you like to, fundraise for either a nonprofit or for the drill team or for the band, or maybe for a friend who's struggling, with an illness, whatever it is. Okay. Park Lane actually has a fundraising program where Park Lane will give 50% of the sales to the organization, the 5013C that you are working with. So that is unheard of. 50% give back is unheard of. If you are in fundraising, you know that, which is crazy. So I would love to hear if there's any questions that you guys have, type them in the comments. But those are the main reasons why I love Park Lane Jewelry. And I'm going to tell you why now would be a great time to join. The summer months, schedules change, lives change. people have more time. It is wonderful. It is lighter later. I'm loving that the kids aren't on a schedule like they always are. With right now, when you join, you're going to with 129. When you join for $129, you're going to get $500 in jewelry that you get to pick out. Okay, or a 229 kit, and you get $1,000 in jewelry that you get to pick out. And then there's a $439 kit, which you get $2,000 in jewelry that you get to pick out. And until Wednesday, when you join and you have 300 in sales, which you might be like, how would I get that? Well, honestly speaking, if you order 300, you're going to get commission on that 300, and that's $300 that you could actually have to share with your friends and family, or go to your friends, grab a couple of orders. You guys, with our buy two, get four sale, you're able to collect $300 in no time. But that's just an extra benefit until Wednesday, and you'll get a mini impression bracelet when you do that. That's just a little additional carrot, but you don't have to, okay? So right now, that is what our kits cost, and that is why I really feel now is a great time. It's the season change. We had just launched our new Summer Days collection, which is so beautiful. In fact, that's where this particular necklace, our lotus necklace, is from. Our guayaba earrings are from. Let me find another something that I can show you guys. I don't remember the name of this gorgeous necklace. Somebody type it in the comments. It's a necklace, it's a bracelet, all these gorgeous items that you have brand new that I guarantee you none of your friends and family have even seen. Now, 80% of our collection, 90% of our collection, 95% of the collection, I guarantee you they haven't seen. But it's always fun to have a little bit of something new. The Cascade. So, without further ado, we are so happy that you joined us and learned a little bit about Park Lane. If something here struck you and you're like, you know what, I would love to learn more, please connect with your stylist. Also, fill in the survey. Megan, you put the survey in our comments. Okay, Megan's helping me out tonight. Thank you, Miss Megan. She put the survey in the comments. Our code word tonight is going to be, let me think of this, summer. Let's have it be summer. It is officially the first week of summer in this household. And so type summer in the comments so that we know that you got our code word, but fill in the survey and you'll need summer as the code word, and you will get entered to win our impression bracelet. If you decided, you know what, this is something I might want to try, connect with your stylist, or you can use the link that Megan put in the comments and just go ahead and join. If it's something that you're like, I'm just not sure, book a party with your stylist. Go ahead and do what we call a decider show. Have a party with her. As you're going through the process, see what your friends think, see what you think, see if you liked it. If you decide you liked it, she can make it your party. You'd get the commission and you'd get the free jewelry. And you have nothing to lose. If you decide, you know what, no, I just want to get the free jewelry, get the free jewelry. So that is called a decider show. So if you just kind of want to figure it out and decide along the way, let her know, you know what, I think I want to try one of those things Christy talked about called a decider show. So, but we could not be more excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Please share this information with your loved ones. We know that people are always looking for things that might benefit them. And we are hoping by offering a free impression bracelet tonight that the message gets sent to the appropriate people that would love to have Park Lane in their life. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.